Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Today's Halloween, October 31st, 2017. One of the big news headlines: Wendy Williams, while dressed as Lady Liberty, collapsed on live TV. And no doubt this was all scripted and a monumental mocking. In a million different ways right now in popular culture, the collapse of the dollar is being communicated, and that's what today's stunt is really about. Her birthday is July 18th in the year 64. That date can be written 18/7 like 187. Wall Street equals 187. This is a very special number. Donald Trump had his GOP convention begin July 18th, 2016, 187 days before Inauguration Day. Washington, D.C. equals 187. George Washington equals 187. Ancient accepted Scottish rite of Freemasonry equals 187. The gang that has their symbolism all over the dollar bill. Society of Jesus equals 187, which is the Jesuit order, which Trump is of. The Pope is also a Jesuit. From Trump's birthday to the Pope's is a span of 187 days. Where D.C. is between Virginia and Maryland. What used to be the Catholic colony, Virgin Mary, Jesuits. The Jesuits have a big interest in banking as well. They have all throughout history. Look up the 33-day Pope whose last day alive was the Jesuit order's birthday. Killed from arsenic poisoning, covered up by the Vatican. He said he was going to clean up the corruption in the Vatican Bank, which was funding the mafia. And the mafia is the tyrants that rule over this world. The people who pay Wendy Williams' salary and all the other goons we get on television. If you turn on the TV, all you're watching are goons because that's all that's allowed on the television. Sellouts. So from her birthday to today is 106 days. This is the number of prophecy. It's also the number of authority. The tyrants. They're signaling what's coming. The collapse of Lady Liberty. What are we free to do in America? We're free to spend our debt dollars on what the government says we can. That's about all the freedom we really have. Her full name in Gematria also sums to 137, another very special number. Authority is also 137. Lady Liberty is also 137. Washington, D.C. is also 137. 137, the 33rd prime. Special numbers here. I want you to notice the overlap between liberty and dollar. Just 2 days ago, on October 29th, the 88-year anniversary of the collapse of Wall Street, Kevin Spacey, who's the face of the hit TV show House of Cards, about something about to collapse, had to apologize for some sexual misconduct. This is all mocking. All of it. And we don't see it. Dollar has this gematria of 88. In 1988, the economists predicted at the end of this year the economy would collapse. You see? The Economist in 88. The World Series just began on the 88-year anniversary of the beginning of Wall Street tanking. In California, which equals 88, with the Dodgers who hadn't been in the World Series since 88. That's all part of the riddle. All of this stuff that's coming at us is riddles from the tyrants who control it all. They rig the sports, They control your television and everything on it. And all throughout history, they've done this. Controlled the economy, collapsed it for agenda, and look at what they do. They collapse economies, create desperation in the people, and then they have them sign up for the military. Then they start wars. You see? It's clockwork. This is how history really repeats itself. Repeats itself by a perfect code, a perfect sequence. With regards to her being born in 64, Israel equals 64, Zion 64, Thelema 64. That's the occult religion of the New World Order, where their motto is do what thou wilt, which equals 64. Donald Trump began his Jesuit training in 64 at Fordham University. So anyway, there's more, but that's enough. This is what this is really about. It's sick. They got her in the Halloween costume, Lady Liberty. One more time. Wall Street 187, just like her birthday. And that's really the only freedom we have in this nation. Go spend your debt dollars on what Uncle Sam says you can spend them on. God forbid you buy some marijuana in a state where it's not illegal. They'll throw you in a jail cell, where then you become part of their, House of Cards economy, where then they make profit off keeping you in a box. You see, this is what's wrong with us as a nation, that we just allow this stuff to go on. Why should prisons even exist? There should not be any such thing as a prison. Nobody should ever have to do a day in prison. You know what? How about let's create some real laws? If you have people who are on a certain tier of being bad, they go into like a rehabilitation program. They get some ethics training. They get some skills training. You know, if they're a thief or something, let's give them some training so that they can contribute to society. Why not spend our tax dollars on that instead of keeping them in a box? You know? So that's one thing. Then if you're a certain type of criminal, you're a killer, well, I shouldn't even say, some people deserve to get killed, you know? Like, I live across the street from a guy I tried to help out. I helped him out. You know what he did? Came back and robbed my house the first chance he could get. Guy like him, he belongs in the dirt, you know? I should own his house. He should be dead in the dirt, Wild West style. There's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, if you're just some killer out harming people, you know, then the consequence is that you just get killed. You don't get put in a box. You just get hung, or you get your head chopped off, or you get stoned to death. I don't care how you want to do it. But let's get some sensible laws. Keeping people in boxes, this is insane. This is inhumane. This is a waste of taxpayer dollars. This is a waste of human life. This whole society is bullshit. We just put up with it. You know, we just lace up our boots, go off and slave and pay our taxes so they can all get sent off to Israel. You know? All right, Truth Seeker. Until next time.